I think we're pretty close to the end of the game. We only have November Roottree left, and all we have is a picture of November. I was supposed to look for Butler Summer Theater. Okay, at some point. That was randomly mentioned on this guy's website. Whoops, sorry, buddy. I didn't look up every single thing on your website. Okay, so the Summer Theater puts plays. Our season is a success. There is a musical with a cast list, but what's this? November Studios? Oh, man. Let's take a look at that. What's November Studios? Oh, no. No information about that. Choreography by November Studios, maybe. Or maybe we're just saying that and say this is a dancer. Say she's a dancer. That's it. And we're not finding her website. We're not getting anything. All we have is a picture of her from 20 years ago, but she grew up to be a dancer. Hooray! And there's a couple of empty spots on our tree. A couple of empty spots on our family tree, mostly the relatives.
To my genealogy genie. If you're reading this, it means you've locked in 49 blood relatives. Congratulations. I knew you could do it. There are 2 more entries on the family tree I'd like you to consider. These last 2 are optional. You can summon me whenever you wish. However, this will end your search and reveal the truth. So make sure you're ready.
I'm ready like Freddy. Oh no! Okay, so EC is a farmhand. These are optional. They won't lock in until you say, I'm ready. You can summon me whenever you wish. Okay. So what was the other entry, though? Oh, these 2. Okay, it's EC and then the wife. EC is the farmhand. And I don't have any pictures of... Oh! I didn't get these... Like, these are a bunch of pictures I didn't get locked in anywhere. Oops. Oops. And then... Oops. Sorry. That one was Elias. I guess the others are, like, alternate photos of, like... One of them could be an alternate photo of James. Like, this is the alternate photo of him. And then who else has room for an alternate photo? This is Rafferty before he lost his hair. Let's do that. Sure, why not? Okay, so do I have any hints or anything? Well, EC was mentioned in a lot of the book things. Alright, so Clark is barely getting married. It's Dynasty, maybe? No. It's about Sam. Alright, so Sam worked along EC and John on the Anderson farm. Would we have a picture of EC anywhere? EC, the secret farmhand. Let's use some hints here. So remember the history of candy. So is there a volume in the library? Where is... Remember the history of candy book from earlier? No, not in the slightest. Is that what I got? Sweet History of Candy, Volume 2 by Charles Lee. That's a good stretch. Let's do it. I like that. Yeah, let's go. No, not that. Should have realized there was a Volume 1. Charles Lee. Oh no! What? I need to look for Volume 1. Oh, really? Okay. This book is about all things candy throughout history. It talks about ancient Egyptians, talks about the 5 pieces. Probably should have found this way earlier. Or maybe this is something they figured most people would not figure out until the end of the game. Let's see. So, EC egg cream, that sounds like a mistake. Like, the original ad was grape, elderberry, EC, instead of cinnamon extract, yeah, what, EC? EC, so what, is this like a hidden child because they made a misprint somewhere? It states that the order is grape, elderberry, egg cream, so that would indicate that, like, EC was a secret child in between them. Okay, alright, I see where you're going with this. There's one more mystery. Okay, sometimes looking into spouses can help. Elias's Jr.'s wife comes from a main... Who's Elias Jr.? His wife, Patricia Christensen, sounds like she comes from a well-known family. Does she? It didn't sound like it, but let's go with it. Patricia Christensen. So was a steel company on the World War II history page. It contributed to the art. They're both mentioned in a book review for Steamy Correspondences by Tina Angela. Let's get that. Oh, got that wrong. Tina Angelina. And then... Oh, come on, remember it. It says... Is it just Steamy Correspondence? This is historical letters with a dirty twist. Ew, gross. I don't like it. I don't want this. So somebody goes by the name of Patch wrote a letter full of innuendo to an unknown gentleman who clearly had... Ooh, okay, Patch is thought by the book's officer to be Patricia. She would have been in her mid-20s, married to a nobleman, older man of no notable status. This letter is definitely not written by him. Few passages mentioning a daughter, leading that this was written to a father, a twisted tin. If not for her story, yours and mine would be the most tragic tale ever told. How awful is beauty's ripped, left from outcast, forced to live a life of labor under a wicked relative. It's like the start. So is this like the Tina relative then? I don't know. Helping me out here. I assume you have everything you need to know. All possible evidence is yours. Seriously, you should be able to disconnect from the internet right now and still connect to the, Alright, okay. Hint does not want to tell me. So this is kind of confusing. I wonder if this was stuff we were supposed to find far earlier. So assuming this is Patch who wrote this letter, this is Elias's wife. Elias's wife had secret... Well, Elias's wife had a secret child, but that was Samantha, right? So she had a secret child with Elias. Okay, so she would have been in her mid-20s when the letter was written. That mentioned the daughter, leading Tina Angelina, the author, to guess. The letter mentions a twisted twin. Oh no, a twisted twin. Sent to live in the possession of your brother's twisted twin. So Elias's brother's twisted twin. Where on earth is that coming from? Huh. She's forced to live, so she's forced to live a life on a farm. Yeah. I shall return to you. I pray he has not corrupted her to know his sins. So, not sure where the twisted twin comes, unless EC. So I'm supposed to put in these names. Elias something. I bet EC is Elias something, right? And what do you want, Duck? Oh no. Okay, fine. Don't believe me. I'm just a random duck. Then take a look at your photos and try to figure out where EC would have lived. Take a real close look at the 5 pieces photos. See the guy in the background. Alright, let's take a look at that 5 pieces photo. There was a random guy hiding in the background the whole time that we were not able to see until just now. Great. Sounds good. Thank you, Hint Duck. And hate to keep bothering you. There's some mentions of EC. Those old candy ads seem suspect. Have you poured everything over? Because I'm going to tell you the answer. Okay, so I looked in the EC, being the random farmhand who helped raise Samantha. Yeah. Yeah. And I saw that strange love letter. Edward Clancy Roottree. And his lover's John Miller. Okay. Edward Clancy. Can I not put down Roottree? Is that not allowed? Did I do 2 spaces? Okay. Don't know where those names came from, though. I guess we can go back and check. It's in that book. Which book? Lauren's diary. Is that old? This one that says EC, which means there must be an Edward Clancy. I'm not sure how we got that name from that. And then Lauren's book. Sam was the obscure relative. Farmhands EC and John used to drive past. Okay, so that's where we got the name John. I guess that's it then? Okay. Well, let's get an ending then. I got those pictures correct. Hey, yay, we could take a look at those. Oh, and there are 8 optional ones that I missed. That's a lot.
So, you thought EC was Edward Clancy Roottree, and his partner was John Miller?
No, the duck told me that. I really have no idea.
That's exactly what I needed to hear. I'm Sam Madsen, though you know me as Samantha Roottree. Yep, I got old. The only picture you have of me is from 40 years ago. My book tells the truth about Elias, of 5 pieces, and my parents. Not my biological parents, Elias Jr. and Patsy. My fathers. Edward Clancy Roottree and John Miller. By now, you've either read Lauren's diaries, or you're just an incredible guesser.
It's the latter. I had a magical duck which told me everything.
Lauren was right. I hated the 5 pieces. She just didn't know my full reasoning. My father, Edward Clancy, was a great man. But his identical twin Clancy and his father, Elias, were not. At age 16, my father was caught kissing a farmhand. Back then, they wouldn't even acknowledge gay people existed. Having one in the family was unthinkable. The same year, I was born. A bastard granddaughter. 2 stains on Elias's perfect family. He decided to fix both. They tried to erase Edward Clancy. They even removed his 5 pieces flavor. His name was deemed a dirty word. He became EC. We were sent to the farm, and the 5 pieces did their best to keep the next generation away, to isolate me from family. But Elias couldn't erase us from existence. Laura never realized I was the little girl from her diary. Who could blame me for being so confused that day? Her father was an exact copy of mine, except without the beard. And while the 5 pieces celebrated a new factory, farmhands did the real work. It's a fluke there's a picture of my father at all, but there he is in the background. The 6th 5-piece. Patsy returned, and things got complicated for Elias. She fought for my freedom, from a life she deemed unworthy. Elias relented, so long as I never learned the truth or receive inheritance. They knew I'd help my father. At Elias's will reading, I learned part of the truth. The rest I learned at home. I began to hate the Five Pieces. My father made me stay silent. He was worried history would repeat, and that his grandchildren would become outcasts. His fears weren't unfounded. As you know, my son Ernie died a few years ago. He had trained to take over as president, but due to family politics, or perhaps hubris, it went to Guy. A real Roottree. He nearly ruined the company. When Ernie took over, he saved the operation. Over 13 years, he made the family billions. Ernie earned about $36. They got by on Debbie's salary, but when he fell ill, he couldn't pay his medical bills. His death was my tipping point.
I'm not following this, but okay. Why did the billionaire president not get any money?
Originally, my book was meant to expose Elias's hypocrisy. Until I started to look into the other dirty laundry. Ron tried to have Robbie removed from the trust, but couldn't. Robbie was a blood relative, even out of wedlock. That sounded familiar. The Clancid Trust that Elias established was designed to secure his family's future. His entire family's future. He couldn't write exceptions in without the whole thing falling apart. My book can definitively prove that Elias was not the paragon of virtue he's heralded as, and that my daughter and granddaughters are just as much family, at least in the eyes of the Trust, as anyone else. The Clancid Trust will secure their future. They can decide what to do with their shares. But I'm old, and I'm not in it for the money.
But they were on the family tree. We found those... we found those people on the family tree,
The truth
right?
has been eating away at me for years. But now, I can set the record straight. Thanks to you. As someone who enjoys searching for the truth, you might understand the power it has. Whitewashing the past to protect the status quo can lead to repercussions in the present and future. So thank you. You knocked it out of the park. With your expert work, the truth will come to light. And when it does, my share of the Clancid Trust is yours. Like I said at the beginning, set for life. Looking at the family tree on your wall, now with my father's, everything finally feels complete. Unless a whole lot more root trees somehow appear from thin air. This is the last time I'll come knocking. Thanks again, and so long.
Goodbye. The book received mixed reviews. Okay. Life went on, and a new president took over the company. I wonder who it is. Probably somebody on the family tree. Oh no, the game's not over. Now we have another game called Roottree Mania. Ooh boy. Maybe I'll play that game someday. Maybe I won't. This one kind of made my brain hurt. For now, this is Arglefumph, signing off on The Roottrees Are Dead. Thanks for watching me play this game, everybody.